Successful people don't live in a world where everything goes perfect all the time. No, they face challenges, setbacks, and failures, just like everyone else. But the difference is in how they respond to those challenges. They don't let negativity take root. They don't dwell on what's missing. Instead, they focus on what they have, on what's working, and on the progress they're making. And that mindset of gratitude allows them to keep moving forward, even in tough times. Learn to be thankful for what you already have while you pursue all that you want. That stuck with me. Because too often we get caught up in the pursuit, always looking ahead, always wanting more. But the key is to find contentment and gratitude in the present, even as you work toward your goals. That's the balance that successful people strike. They're grateful for what they have, but they're also hungry for more. Gratitude fuels their ambition, not because they're lacking something, but because they're excited about the possibilities. Now, successful people don't wait for everything to be perfect before they practice gratitude. They understand that gratitude is the seed, not the result. They know that by cultivating gratitude in the present, they're setting the stage for future success. It's not about waiting for the big win before you feel grateful. It's about feeling grateful along the journey. So, how can you start practicing this habit? It's simple. Before you go to bed tonight, take a moment to reflect on your day. Think about the things you're grateful for. And don't just focus on the big things. Look for the small moments too. The more specific you can be, the better. Whatever it is, acknowledge it, appreciate it, and let that feeling of gratitude sink in. And here's something else. Successful people don't just keep their gratitude to themselves. They express it. They make it a point to let the people in their lives know how much they appreciate them. Whether it's a colleague, a family member, or a friend, they take the time to say thank you. Because they understand that gratitude strengthens relationships, builds trust, and fosters a positive environment. And those relationships, they're a key ingredient in long-term success. So, here's the takeaway. If you want to end your day like a successful person, practice gratitude. It's one of the simplest yet most powerful habits you can develop. It will change the way you see the world, it will boost your mood, and it will set you up for success tomorrow. Remember, gratitude isn't just a feeling, it's a discipline. It's something you can choose no matter what's happening in your life. And when you make that choice consistently, you'll find that success follows. The fifth thing successful people do before bed is they visualize their success. Now, this is a powerful practice that goes beyond just thinking about goals. Successful people don't just set goals. They see themselves achieving those goals. They create a vivid mental picture of what success looks like. And they do this regularly, especially before bed. Why? Because what you think about and focus on before you go to sleep has a way of influencing your subconscious mind, shaping your thoughts and actions when you wake up. The mind works in mysterious ways. It's been said that the subconscious mind never really sleeps. While your body is resting, your mind is processing, dreaming, and working on the things you've planted in it throughout the day. That's why successful people make sure to plant seeds of success before they drift off to sleep. They use that time, those quiet moments before bed, to visualize their goals as if they've already been achieved. Now, why does this work? Well, when you consistently visualize your success, you're training your mind to believe that it's possible. You're creating a mental blueprint for your future, and your mind, being the remarkable tool that it is, starts to work on making that vision a reality. Your thoughts influence your actions, and your actions create your results. So when you're regularly visualizing yourself succeeding, you're more likely to take the kinds of actions that lead to that success. But here's the key. It's not enough to just think about what you want. You've got to see it in detail. Successful people don't just think, I want to be successful. No, they go deeper. They see themselves in that future state, achieving their goals, living their dreams, and overcoming obstacles. They feel the emotions that come with that success. They imagine what it looks like, what it feels like, even what it smells like. The more vivid the picture, the more real it becomes to the mind. Now, I'm not saying visualization is some kind of magic trick that instantly makes everything happen. But what it does is set your mind on the path to success. It gives you clarity, direction, and focus. And when you wake up with that picture fresh in your mind, you start taking the steps to make it real. Successful people know this. They know that by visualizing their success regularly, they're programming their minds to seek out the opportunities, the people, and the actions that will help them get there. And it's not just about visualizing the end result. Successful people also visualize the process. They imagine themselves going through the steps necessary to reach their goals. They see themselves tackling challenges, staying disciplined, and overcoming setbacks. Because here's the truth. Success isn't always a straight line. There will be obstacles, and successful people prepare for them mentally. They visualize themselves navigating those tough moments with confidence, resilience, and determination. That way, when challenges come up in real life, they've already rehearsed how they'll handle them. They're not caught off guard. They've mentally prepared for it. I remember hearing about an Olympic athlete who used visualization as a key part of his training. Every night before bed, he would close his eyes and see himself running the perfect race. He would imagine every stride, every breath, every corner of the track. By the time he got to the starting line, he had already run that race 1,000 times in his mind. He was so prepared, so focused, that when the actual race came, his body knew exactly what to do. That's the power of visualization. It's about creating that clear, vivid image of what you want to achieve and then feeding it to your mind regularly. The more you do it, the more your mind starts to believe it's possible. And when your mind believes it, you'll start acting in ways that align with that belief. Here's the thing, your mind doesn't always distinguish between reality and a vividly imagined scenario. That's why visualization works. If you keep showing your mind the picture of success, your brain starts to operate as if that success is already happening. It's almost like you're tricking your mind into believing that you're already living in that reality. And when you believe it, you start behaving in ways that make it real. But let me make something clear. Visualization isn't a substitute for action. You can't just sit around and dream about success and expect it to happen. No. Successful people visualize as a way to focus their minds, but then they take the necessary steps to make those visions a reality. The visualization is just the start. It's the mental preparation that gives you the motivation and the confidence to go out and do the work. So how do you get started with this habit? It's simple. Before you go to bed tonight, take a few minutes to sit quietly and close your eyes. Picture yourself achieving your goals. See yourself succeeding. Imagine the details. What does your life look like when you've reached that goal? How do you feel? What are you doing? And don't just think about the end result. Imagine the journey. See yourself doing the work, overcoming challenges, and staying committed to your vision. The more you practice this, the clearer and more powerful the images will become. And here's something else. Successful people use visualization to reinforce their belief in themselves. They see themselves as capable, confident, and deserving of success. They picture themselves handling tough situations with grace and perseverance. Because the truth is, the image you hold of yourself in your mind often dictates how you show up in the world. If you see yourself as successful, strong, and resilient, you're more likely to act that way. If you see yourself as defeated or unworthy, that's how you'll behave. So visualization is also about building up your self-image, making sure it aligns with the person you want to become. So here's the takeaway. If you want to achieve success, you've got to see it in your mind before it becomes real in your life. Successful people visualize their success regularly, especially before bed, because they know that what you focus on expands. They create a clear, vivid picture of their goals, and they mentally rehearse the process of achieving those goals. And because of that, they wake up with clarity, confidence, and the drive to make their visions a reality. Tonight, try it for yourself. Before you fall asleep, close your eyes and visualize your success. Picture it in detail. And as you do this regularly, you'll start to notice that your actions, your thoughts, and your results begin to shift in the direction of your dreams. That's one of the secrets of success. The sixth thing successful people do before bed is they read. Now, I'm telling you, reading is one of the most underrated habits when it comes to success. But successful people know that the time they invest in learning and expanding their minds is one of the greatest investments they can make. They make it a point to read before bed, not only as a way to unwind from the day, but also to feed their minds with new ideas, insights, and knowledge that can help them on their journey. The mind is like a garden. What you plant in it will determine what grows. And if you're not careful about what you're feeding your mind, you might find it filled with weeds, negative thoughts, distractions, and limiting beliefs. But successful people, they're intentional about what they allow into their minds. And one of the ways they cultivate a fertile mind for success is by reading books that inspire, educate, and challenge them to grow. Here's something to think about. No matter how much success you achieve, no matter how far you go, there's always more to learn. The most successful people on the planet are often the ones who are the most curious, the most eager to learn new things. They understand that in a world that's constantly changing, knowledge is power. And they also know that the more they learn, the more they realize how much they don't know. That's what keeps them humble, hungry, and open to growth. Now, reading before bed serves a dual purpose. First, it's a great way to unwind and shift your focus from the stresses of the day. Instead of going to bed with your mind racing about work or personal problems, reading allows you to immerse yourself in new ideas, stories, or lessons. It creates a buffer between the busyness of the day and the rest you're about to take. And because reading stimulates the mind in a calm and focused way, it can actually help you sleep better. But the second purpose of reading is even more powerful. It's about continuous growth. Successful people are always looking for ways to improve themselves, and reading is one of the most effective tools for personal development. They use that time to learn something new every night. And over time, that knowledge compounds. It's like adding fuel to the fire of their success. I remember hearing a story about Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest and most successful investors in the world. Do you know what he attributes much of his success to? Reading. He spends about 80% of his day reading. Now that might sound like a lot, but it's not just about the quantity of reading. It's about the quality. Buffett understands that the more he reads, the better he's equipped to make smart decisions. He's constantly learning, constantly expanding his understanding of the world. And that's what keeps him sharp. Now, you don't have to spend 80% of your day reading to see the benefits. Even 15 or 20 minutes before bed can make a huge difference over time. Think about it. If you read for just 20 minutes every night, that's over 120 hours of reading in a year. Imagine how much you could learn in that time. Imagine how much more knowledgeable, more insightful, more prepared you'd be to take on your goals and challenges. That's why successful people make reading a daily habit, especially before bed. But what should you read? Well, successful people are intentional about what they read. They don't just pick up anything. They choose books that align with their goals, their values, and their desire for growth. The key is to find books that inspire you, that challenge your thinking, and that help you see the world from new perspectives. Now, I know some people might say, but I don't have time to read. Well, here's the thing. Successful people don't find time. They make time. They prioritize reading because they know the value it brings to their lives. They understand that investing in their mind is just as important as investing in their business or career. In fact, it's one of the most important investments they can make because the more you know, the more you can grow. And here's another thing. Reading doesn't have to be a chore. Successful people enjoy it. They find joy in learning, in discovering new ideas, in exploring different worlds through the pages of a book. It becomes a source of inspiration, a way to recharge their minds and feed their curiosity. And when you approach reading with that mindset, it stops feeling like an obligation and starts feeling like an opportunity. One of my favorite things to do before bed was to read books that made me think differently. Whether it was a book on philosophy or a biography of someone who had achieved great things, I found that reading helped me expand my thinking, see new possibilities, and stay motivated on my own journey. And the great thing about books is that they allow you to learn from the experiences of others. You can tap into the wisdom of people who have been where you want to go. You can learn from their successes and their failures without having to go through the same challenges yourself. So, here's what successful people know. Reading is not just about gathering information. It's about transformation. It's about opening your mind to new ideas, new perspectives, and new possibilities. It's about feeding your curiosity, challenging your assumptions, and expanding your understanding of the world. And the more you read, the more you grow. It's that simple. Now, if you want to make this a habit, start small. Set aside 15 or 20 minutes before bed to read something that interests you, something that will help you grow. And don't feel like you have to finish a book in one sitting. Successful people know that it's not about racing through books. It's about taking the time to absorb the lessons and apply them to your life. Even if you read just a few pages a night, those pages will add up over time. And before you know it, you'll have a wealth of knowledge that will serve you well on your path to success. Here's the takeaway. If you want to grow, if you want to become more successful, make reading a part of your nightly routine. Successful people understand the power of continuous learning, and they use that time before bed to feed their minds with new ideas, insights, and inspiration. Reading is one of the simplest yet most powerful habits you can develop, and it's something you can start doing tonight. Pick up a book that excites you, that challenges you, that aligns with your goals. Spend a few minutes reading before bed and watch how it transforms your thinking, your attitude, and your approach to life. Remember, success isn't just about what you do, it's about what you know. And the more you know, the more equipped you are to create the life you want. The seventh thing successful people do before bed is they set their intentions for the next day. Now, this goes beyond just planning or making a to-do list. Setting intentions is about more than scheduling. It's about deciding in advance how you're going to approach the day mentally and emotionally. Successful people don't just think about what they need to do tomorrow. They focus on how they want to show up, how they want to navigate the day, and what kind of energy they want to bring into every situation. Here's the key. Intention setting gives you the power to direct your thoughts and actions. It's a way of taking control of your mindset before the day even begins. Most people wake up and let the day run them. They get caught up in the chaos, reacting to whatever comes their way. But successful people, no, they set the tone for their day before it even starts. They decide how they're going to act, how they're going to handle challenges, and how they're going to stay focused on what matters most. Why is this so powerful? Because when you set an intention, you're creating a mental and emotional framework for the day. You're telling yourself, this is how I'm going to approach tomorrow. And that intention shapes your actions. It helps you stay aligned with your goals, even when things don't go according to plan. It keeps you grounded, focused, and in control. Think of it as setting your internal GPS. You decide the destination, and that intention keeps you on course, even when the road gets a little bumpy. Now, let me be clear. Setting intentions isn't the same as making a checklist. It's not just about deciding what you need to do. It's about deciding how you want to be as you do those things. You might have a day filled with meetings, deadlines, or challenges. But if you set the intention to stay calm, focused, and positive, you're much more likely to navigate those tasks with grace and effectiveness. Without an intention, you're at the mercy of external circumstances. With an intention, you're in control of how you respond to those circumstances. Here's another way to think about it. When you set an intention, you're making a commitment to yourself. You're deciding in advance how you're going to show up, no matter what happens. Successful people don't leave their attitude or mindset to chance. They know that how they think and feel directly impacts their results. So they take the time before they go to bed to set clear, positive intentions for the next day. Whatever the intention is, it gives them a sense of purpose and direction. I'm telling you, this habit can make a huge difference in your life. When you wake up with an intention, you're not just reacting to the day, you're leading it. You're guiding your thoughts, your actions, and your emotions. And that makes all the difference. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the challenges or distractions that come your way, you're able to stay centered, grounded in the intention you set the night before. And here's something else to consider. Setting intentions isn't just about your work. It's about your whole life. Successful people don't just set intentions for their business or their career. They set intentions for their relationships, their health, their personal growth. They think about how they want to show up as a partner, as a parent, as a friend. They decide in advance what kind of energy they want to bring into every aspect of their life, because they know that success isn't just about what you achieve. It's about how you live. So how do you set intentions before bed? It's simple. As you're winding down for the night, take a few minutes to think about the next day. Ask yourself, what's important to me tomorrow? How do I want to feel? How do I want to act? What kind of energy do I want to bring into the day? And then decide. Set a clear intention in your mind. You might even want to write it down. Sometimes putting it on paper helps to solidify the commitment. And as you do this regularly, you'll start to notice a shift in how you approach your days. You'll feel more focused, more purposeful, and more in control. When you set your intention, make it positive and specific. When you frame your intention in a positive way, you're telling your mind what to aim for rather than what to avoid. And that makes a big difference in how you experience the day. Here's the takeaway. If you want to lead your life with purpose, start by setting clear intentions before bed. Successful people understand that how you approach the day is just as important as what you do during the day. By setting an intention, you're giving yourself the mental and emotional framework to handle whatever comes your way. It's a powerful habit that keeps you focused, centered, and aligned with your goals. So tonight, as you're getting ready for bed, take a moment to set an intention for tomorrow. Decide how you want to show up, how you want to feel, and what kind of energy you want to bring into the day. It's a small habit, but it can have a profound impact on your mindset and your success. It's easy to see that the habits successful people practice before bed aren't just about closing out the day. They're about setting the stage for tomorrow. They're about creating a mindset of growth, clarity, and focus that carries over into every aspect of life. Success isn't a matter of chance. It's the result of deliberate actions, both big and small, taken consistently over time. What's fascinating is that none of these habits are complex. They're simple, everyday practices that anyone can do. But that's exactly why they're so powerful. It's not the big, flashy actions that lead to long-term success. It's the little things you do, day in and day out, that shape your future. The secret lies in consistency, doing these things every night, even when you don't feel like it, even when it seems like they're not making an immediate difference. Over time, these habits compound, and that's when you start to see the real results. The 7 habits that set successful people apart. They understand that success begins in the mind, and that by cultivating these habits, they're not just preparing for the next day. They're preparing for a life of purpose, achievement, and fulfillment. Remember, success is a journey, not a destination. It's not about reaching a single point and stopping there. It's about growing, learning, and evolving every day. And these habits help you stay on that path. So as you move forward, I encourage you to start incorporating these habits into your nightly routine. You don't have to do everything at once. Start with 1 or 2 that resonate with you and build from there. The key is to stay consistent. Make these habits part of who you are, part of your daily rhythm, and watch how they transform your mindset, your energy, and your results. Success doesn't happen by accident. It's built day by day, choice by choice, habit by habit. And the way you end your day plays a big role in how you begin the next. So take charge of your evenings, set yourself up for success, and keep moving forward on your journey to becoming the best version of yourself. It's up to you to put these ideas into action. Because at the end of the day, it's the actions you take that make all the difference.
Don't forget to subscribe for daily motivational content.